Hello, class ninth. So, today we are going to begin chapter number 9. Yes, this chapter is interesting chapter, force and laws of motion. Okay. Hello, class ninth. So, forces are force if down and comes to stop. Hello, class ninth. So, we have been studying chapter number 9. The name of chapter is Force and Laws of Motion. Yes, Force and Laws of Motion. So, last time we studied about the force, some properties, means effect of force, and types of force, and one more force we studied in previous class, that is friction force. Yes, which is also, you can say, force of friction. Okay. So now, kids, let's do an experiment. Let's do an experiment which is known as Galileo experiment of motion of an object on an inclined plane. Okay, Galileo experiment of motion. Okay, before we do this experiment, let me tell you again one point, that on a rough surface friction increase, and on a smooth surface friction decrease. Okay, on a rough surface friction increase, and on a smooth surface friction decrease. Okay, remember this point. Okay, we will also revise, kids, we will also revise the topics that we studied in previous class, but before we revise, let's study this topic. Okay, Galileo experiment of motion of an object on an inclined plane. Okay, suppose there is an inclined plane, just like mountain. Okay, which is slope like something. Okay, so means you can say at 60 degree. Okay, at 60 degree, not at 90 degree, because 90 degree is perpendicular plane. Okay, so suppose there is a inclined plane. Okay, and I have a ball, and as I put the ball at the upper end of the inclined plane, then it will go down. But the point is, when it will move down, then its velocity increase. Yes, and it will move very fast. Yes, yes, definitely it will move very fast. Yes, and suppose let's put the inclined plane at different angle. First of all, put the inclined plane at 30-degree angle, then 50-degree angle, then 60-degree angle, then 70-degree angle. Then tell me, at which angle will the ball will move fast? Yes, definitely at high angle the ball will move fast. Yes. Okay, and at that time the velocity increase within a second and it will go very fast. Okay. So when suppose that when a marble or when any ball roll down on inclined plane, its velocity increases, and when it goes up on the second inclined plane, its velocity decreases. Yes. If the inclination of both the plane are equal, then the marble will reach the same height which it which it which it rolled down. Yes. Suppose I have two plane, both plane are of 60-degree angle. If any ball will roll down from these two 60-degree inclined plane, or if any marble rolling down, then it will reach at the same time. Yes. But if the angle will change, then suppose there is two angle plane, one is 30-degree angle inclined plane, another is 60-degree angle inclined plane. Then if you will roll down at the same time two ball, then both will reach at different time. Yes, 60, from the 60-degree plane that we are rolling down the ball, it will move fast at the bottom. Okay, it will go first. So uh, so if the plane are equal in size, then the ball will reach, or any marble will reach at the same height. Yes, which it roll down. If the inclination of second plane is decreased, it will travel more distance to reach the original height. Yes. If you decrease the inclination plane, then it will take more time. If you increase the inclination plane, means if you increase the angle of inclination plane, then it will take less time. So why the ball is moving so fast? Because in that condition friction becomes less and gravitational force increase. Gravitational force increase also. Okay. And an unbalanced force is required to change the motion of the marble, but no force is needed to sustain the uniform motion of the marble. Yes. If you want to move or more fast, then you will have to apply the unbalanced force. Yes. That condition, it will move again very fast. I hope you understood this Galileo experiment well. It's very easy. No need to worry. You no need to. It's not so complicated. It's very easy. Yes. Okay. So let's talk about the force. Yes. So in previous class, we studied about the force. So what is force? Force to push or pull. To push or pull applied on an object is called force. Yes, push or pull. So force is actually an external effort, yes, which may move a body at rest or stop a moving body. Okay. Force is actually a external force. Okay, external effort. The unit of force is Newton. Yes. So kids, what are the effects of force? What are the effects of force? There are 5 effects of force. There are 5 effects of force. There are 5 effects of force. Okay. Effect number 1, force can move a body at rest. Yes. Suppose if any bicycle is riding, if somebody is by riding the bicycle, if we put the both leg on the land, then slowly the bike speed will decrease and it will stop. Why? Because the legs applied the force. Force can stop a moving body. Yes, stop the moving body. And if you apply more pedal, then it will move from the rest. Yes. Force can change the speed of moving body. Yes, it can definitely change. Suppose if you kick the football which is at the rest position, then it will start moving. So its speed can also change. Suppose you are driving a car and your car speed is 30 kilometer. If you accelerate, then the speed will automatically increase, definitely. Yes, because of mechanical force it is happening. Yes. So because kids, in lower class you might have studied there are different type of force. Yes, magnetic force, electrical force, gravitational force, friction force, mechanical force. Yes, so there are different kind of force. Okay, force can move a body at rest. Move force can stop a moving body. Yes, force can change the speed of a moving body. Now, point number four is force can change the direction of a moving body. Yes, when when Rohit Sharma, the Indian cricketer, play when he shot the ball uh, with bat, then the ball goes out of the ground. So what is happening? The direction is also changing. It can go up, then it will come down. So the direction is changing. So force can change the direction of moving body. Force can change the shape and size of the moving body. Yes, force can change the shape, size and shape of the body. Definitely it can change. Yes, you might have seen your mother kneading the dough. Yes, you might have seen the kneading the dough. That time your mother use both hand or one hand to knead the dough. Then after kneading the dough, mother make the chapati. Then to make chapati use the hand or roller. So with the help of it, the size of dough is changed into a circular shape. Yes, so force can change the shape and size of the object. Now, what is balanced and unbalanced forces? Yes, what are balanced and unbalanced forces? Balanced forces, if two forces act on a body in opposite direction, if two forces act on a body in opposite direction, and if both forces are equal, then the resultant force acting on a body is zero. Such forces are called balanced forces. Okay, so suppose that on a body F1 and F2 two force are acting, and F1 and F2 both are equal in magnitude. Then what will happen? The object, the body will not move. Neither it will go back, neither it will go forward. Okay, unbalanced force. What is unbalanced force? If two force act on a body in an opposite direction, and if one force is greater than other, then the resultant force is not equal to zero. Such forces are called unbalanced force. Suppose that on a body F1 and F2 two forces are acting, F1 F2. Suppose F1 force is greater than F2, then what will happen? The body will move towards F1. Definitely it will move. Yes. So these kind of forces are called unbalanced force. Okay. Now let's talk about the force of friction. Yes, friction force of friction, or you can say. So what is friction force? Force which oppose the motion between two relative surface. Yes, which try to stop the motion. Yes, so force of friction is that force which oppose the motion of an object over the surface. Yes, which oppose the motion over the surface, or you can say between two relative surface. For example, a ball rolling on a ground slowly gradually becomes slow, and then it comes to stop due to friction, because friction is applying on back. Okay, because friction apply in opposite direction. Yes, if we stop pedaling a bicycle, then it gradually slow down and comes to stop due to force of friction. Yes, I hope you understood. Now let's study uh, laws of motion. Okay, so there are different laws of motion. Okay, so these laws of motion are given by Newton. So let's move on the next point. Okay kids, so Now we are going to study about Newton's laws of motion. Yes, Newton's laws of motion. Yes. Well, Newton was really a great physicist, scientist. Yes. So he gave laws of motion. Yes, he gave laws of motion related to motion. He gave different laws of motion. So remember, kids, the question will must come from these laws of motion. Okay, numerical may come, or the question may be theoretical. Any question can come, but you will have to practice. Yes, you will have to practice, and you don't have any other option except practicing. Try and try. Yes, this is the only option by which uh, you will get good marks, because the paper will have some question numerical also. So as I said that from this chapter numerical will definitely come, so you need to solve the numericals, and and except numerical you will solve, read the theory, derivation important. The most important thing is derivation, formula and unit. If you will not memorize them, then sorry for you and nothing. Okay, laws of motion. So laws of motion, these are given by Newton. Okay, well, for your kind information, let me tell you that in previous class we studied about the equation of motion. Yes, v is equal to u plus ATS is equal to ut plus half AT square, 2s is equal to v square minus u square. But now we are going to study laws of motion. Yes, motion related law. Yes, they are just different. Don't come get confused between chapter 8 and chapter 9. Both are different chapter. Okay, Newton's laws of motion. So let's study the first law of motion, Newton's first law of motion. Okay, Newton's first law of motion. There are three law of motion. Okay, there are three law of motion. Okay, but first of all we will study first law of motion, then we will study the second law of motion, then we will study the third law of motion. Second and third law of motion are most important. Okay, second and third law of motion. But in this first law of motion, inertia topic is very important. Inertia. Okay, so we will understand them one by one. Okay, so according to Newton's first law of motion, an object remains in a state of rest or in a uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change the state by an applied force. Yes, what is an object remains in a state of rest or in a uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled by the change of state by applied force. What does it mean? Suppose a body is moving. The body will continue. It will not stop unless the force is applied. Any external force is applied on it. Suppose guys, a body is at rest. The body will remain at rest unless any external force will apply on it to change the body from rest to motion. Yes. So if anything is at rest, it will remain in rest. If any object is in motion, it will remain in motion unless compelled by or compelled to change that state by an applied force. Yes. Okay. So then now let's for your kind information, let me tell you one more point that first law of motion is also known as law of inertia. Yes, first law of motion is also known as law of inertia. Yes, first law of motion is also known as law of inertia. Yes, sure. So what is the meaning of actually inertia? What does it mean? What is inertia? The inertia is the natural tendency of object to remain in a state of rest or in a uniform motion is called inertia. Yes, inertia is the tendency. Inertia is the property of an object to change its state from rest or uniform motion. Yes, inertia is the property to change its state from rest or uniform motion. Yes, means due to inertia, and due to inertia the object will either remain in rest or either try to remain in motion. Yes, because of inertia the object will try to remain in rest or it will try to remain in motion. Yes, for example, as you can see in the picture, take a glass, put a cardboard on the glass, small cardboard, and put a coin on it. Yes, so the coin is at rest position. The coin is at rest position. So the coin will try to maintain its tendency. It will try to remain at rest because according to Newton's law, that if any object is at rest, it will remain at rest, and if it is in motion, it will still remain in motion unless applied any external force. Yes. So when you will use your finger to flip the cardboard, then what will happen? The coin will not go away. The coin will not go away. The coin will try to maintain its position because coin is at rest. So its tendency is remaining in rest. So it will try to maintain its position. So the board will move away, but the coin will fall inside the glass. Yes, definitely it will fall. So this is the inertia. This is the tendency of remaining at rest or in uniform motion. Yes, so what is inertia? Inertia is the natural tendency of the object to remain in a state of rest or in uniform motion. It's called inertia. This is why the first law of motion is also known as law of inertia. Okay. Now, let me give you some more examples related to inertia. Okay, so you will understand it clearly. Let's move on the next point. Okay, let's see some examples related to inertia. Okay, example number 1. If a striker hits a pile of coins, a pile of coins on a carom board, the lowest coin moves out, and due to inertia of rest, and other coins will fall down. Yes, definitely other coins will fall down. So suppose you have many coins. Suppose you have total 10 coin. Okay, suppose you have total 10 coin and you put them on each other. Yes, you put them on each other. So you will make a stake of coin. Okay, stake of coin, sikko ki dheri. So now take a big coin and try to hit the pile of the coin. Yes, try to hit these stake of coin because the coin are at rest. Yes, so when you will hit the coin, then what will happen? The coin which is at the bottom, lowest coin will moves out, and the other coin will remain in rest. Why? Because they are in rest position, so they try to maintain their tendency. Due to inertia of rest, the other coins will still remain in the same position. Yes, but the coin which is at the bottom will move out. Why? Because when you are flipping with a big coin on the lowest, on the pile of coin, then that coin is going and collapsing, striking to the bottom of the coin. So in the external force is applied on that coin. So it's a rest position change and it come into motion. Yes, but the other are still in the same because they try to maintain their tendency, and we know uh, according to Newton's law that if any object is in rest, it remain in rest. If it is in motion, it will remain in motion unless a change in a state happens by applied force. Example number 2. If a coin placed on a playing card, if a coin placed on a playing card over a tumbler is flicked with a finger, flicked with a finger due to inertia of rest, the coin will fall into tumbler. Well, we have already seen this example. Yes, in previous slide we have already seen this example. Yes, if you put the coin on a glass over the card, then if you flick it with a finger, then what will happen? Yes, because the coin is at rest, so it will try to maintain its position. So due to inertia of rest, it will fall into the tumbler and the cardboard will move away. Why the cardboard move out? Because you are applying the force on the cardboard, and cardboard is at rest, and you know that the position of any body remains in rest unless it is compelled by external force. So you are applied the external force. Because of external force, the cardboard state of motion has changed. So it will not remain at rest. It will start moving. Definitely. Okay. Now let's see example number 3. When we travel in a car, and the other driver applies the brake, suddenly we tend to fall forward due to the inertia of motion. Yes, you know, when we are traveling in a car, yes, and suppose that you are sitting on your seat, so the car is moving, but you are not moving. The car is moving, but you are not moving. You are at the rest position. So when suddenly brake is applied, you will fall forward. Why? Because the reason behind it is your upper body part is in rest position. But your below parts means your legs are in motion with the car. Legs are in with the motion of the car. But the upper body part is at rest. So due to inertia of motion, you will fall forward. Yes. Okay. Because your legs are in motion, they will try to maintain their tendency to remain in motion. Yes, that's why you go forward. Okay. But sorry, but when you are standing in a bus and the bus begins to move, then what happens? Suppose you are standing in a bus and the bus suddenly start and move. You will fall backward because our feet in contact with the floor. Yes, that's why we move forward, but the upper part of the body continue to remain at rest due to inertia of rest. Yes, that's why we tend to fall backward. This is all because of inertia. So remember guys, the example number 3 and example number 4 are very important. Okay, example number 3 is when we travel in a car, the driver applies the brake, suddenly we tend to fall forward due to inertia of motion. Example number 4, when we are standing in a bus and the bus begins to move, suddenly we tend to fall backward because our feet in contact with the floor moves forward, but the upper part of the body continue to remain at rest due to inertia of rest. I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, it's time to ask question from you. Question number 1. Write down the Newton's first law of motion. Yes, what is Newton's first law of motion? Law of motion was given by Newton. Yes, according to Newton's first law of motion, it states that an object remains in a state of rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an applied force. Yes. So an object remains in a state of rest or in a uniform motion in a straight line unless change in state by applied force. This law is also known as law of inertia. Okay. Now question number 2. Question number 2 is, what is inertia? What is inertia? So what is inertia? Inertia is the property of Newton's first law of motion. Inertia is the property. Yes. So according to this, the natural tendency of an object to remain in a state of rest or in uniform motion is called inertia. Yes, the natural tendency of an object to remain in a state of rest or in a motion is called inertia. Yes, means an object remain in rest or motion. Okay. I hope you understood. Yes, inertia is the property of the object due to which an object remains in state of rest or in motion. Okay, I hope you understood. Now, question number 3. Why do we fall backward from a suddenly moving bus? Why do we fall backward from a suddenly moving bus? When we are standing in a bus, that time what happens, we are standing, but when suddenly the bus begins to move, we tend to fall backward. Why? Because our feet in contact with the floor moves forward, but the upper part of the body continue to remain at rest due to our inertia of rest. Yes. So when we are standing in a bus and the bus begins to move suddenly, we tend to fall backward because our feet in contact with floor moves forward, but the upper part of the body continue to remain at rest due to inertia of rest. Yes, I hope you understood. Okay. Now in next class we will study the second law of motion. Okay, with a lot of example. Okay, so now we will meet in next class. Till then, bye bye.